What's the fuck good, bitch? It's your boy Leaks World. Welcome back to my video. Welcome back to my channel. Back in the camera looking so icy and so clean. Clean. Since it is Pride Month, I decided to go on ahead and do the story that I've been asked about so many times over the years that I can't even count. And so, today is the day that you get your answers. So first of all, if you don't know me, if you've ever seen my videos, hi, my name is Malik. If you are one of my returning subscribers, what's up? I miss you guys. And also hit that like button and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can always receive all my videos and never miss a beat from me. And comment down below if you have any suggestions or anything you may want to see in the future, or if you just relate to this video.
Heart is a ghost town.
So, honestly, I'll tell you now, I'm not gonna cry, just because I got my crying yesterday and like last night, because I had put on my Instagram story that I wanted to do this video, and it had gotten a lot of votes for me to do it, and it's taken a long time for me to come out and tell this story. So yeah, basically in this story there's kind of parts, because my grandma was the closest person to me, and she passed last year on my birthday, and so it was kind of a rough day for me, especially dealing with school and everything like that. It was really a rough semester for me last semester. And when I say last semester, I mean fall of 2017 semester. And so when I was younger, and I was over at my grandma's house one day, and I was just in the living room watching TV. She called me in and she wanted to talk to me, and I had gotten in trouble a couple days before that at school for fighting, and I had gotten suspended, and I was always so angry as a kid. But the only person I could never, ever be angry at or be angry around was my grandmother. It wasn't because she wasn't having it. It was just because I was most comfortable when I was with her. My grandma raised me. My grandma was my best friend and everything like that. So it was kind of, me just wanting to be around her all the time. Whenever I was around her, the anger and the hurt that I felt all the time would just go away. So she called me into the room and we were talking, and she was like, why are you always in trouble? Why are you always fighting? Why are you always so mad? And I had no answer to her. I was like, I don't know. I don't understand why I'm always so upset. I don't understand why I always feel the way I feel. And she's kind of just like, looking at me for a long time, and then she finally just opened her mouth and said, "You're different." And at this point in time, she started crying. And of course, like I said, I knew I was gay, but I expected for her not to know, because I thought that, it would be disappointing to her. And, honestly, I thought that she'd not love me or look at me the same anymore. And at that point, it was kind of just like, she knew that I knew she knew, and I knew that she knew I knew. And so it was like unspoken, and, we never really talked about it, but, she knew. She was the first person to know. And this was around like 8th grade, the middle school time. And I graduated with honors, and I hadn't gotten into a fight anymore the rest of the year. I was perfectly fine. And then I got into 9th grade. And my 9th grade year was pretty much the year of conflict for me, because one of my ex-best friends, we were very close, especially in middle school. In middle school, we were stick as thieves. And we kind of just, grew closer and closer and closer as time went on. And it was a group of us. Basically, midway through my freshman year of high school, my cousin had gotten into a fight after we got off the bus. My name is Malik, her name's Malika. So we're kind of like, we were like twins, but we weren't. But we were pretty close. And I was stuck in the back of the bus because I usually sit in the back of the bus because I didn't, I would get on the bus first and get back there just so nobody would say anything to me, or, I'd just be invisible because I didn't really want to be picked on. I didn't want to put myself in a position, so I'd walk slower than everybody else on the way home. I'd take different routes than everybody else on the way home just because I did not want to be seen, because I felt like if I'd been seen, I'd get picked on. And so I sit in the back of the bus, and she usually sat in the middle with her friends. Her friends were my friends too, but they also, didn't really, they weren't really my friends. We were just cool. And so, pretty much the situation went as follows. She got off of the bus and she got jumped by this two girls and my ex-best friend. And I could not get off the bus because everybody was still standing on the bus watching the fight, because this fight was happening right, on the side of the bus. And so that's grounds for suspension because that's school property. Which is the bus. And so once we got back to school the next day, they had gotten suspended because the bus driver told. And so they had gotten suspended. And so I saw my ex-best friend, and I guess he thought that I didn't, see him or whatever. I don't know what he thought was the case. But, I was prepared to fight him that day. But I realized what my grandma had told me back in 8th grade, and I did not want to disappoint her. So I waited. And when I got off the bus, I ran home and I went into my house and changed clothes. My mom was like, "What's going on?" Because she was there and she was doing hair. And she's like, "What's going on? Why are you so upset? Why are you rushing out the door?" And she didn't know that Malika had gotten into a fight. I didn't tell her. So I told her, and I ran back outside and I sat on the steps and waited for this guy, and waited and waited and waited and waited. And he did not come that way, because we usually walk the same way home. But he did not come that way. He went the other way. And so I decided to, I love my grandma, I love her, everything like that. But I went off. And so I waited for school the next day. My best friend was there. My best friend of that time is still my best friend now. We've been friends for about 13 years now. Was there waiting with me. We were in the first period class, and they had came in, and so I took my glasses off, and, I was, like, just sitting there looking and waiting, and everybody was in there, like, it was just, like, my crew and his crew, and, like, they had walked in, and they were talking to the teacher or whatever, and I honestly was about to jump up and, hit him, and then the coach walked in, and the coach is like, "Malik, can I see you?" And I was like, okay. And so, he was a coach and a math teacher, and he showed me this video of two guys from his fraternity getting married. And he's like, "I understand why you're always so angry. I understand, your issues. I know nobody knows," everything like that. And it's kind of just like, people in school knew, but my parents didn't know. My family didn't really know. And so it took a while for me to just, finally out and tell them, tell the teachers and stuff like that, like, identify as homosexual. And so, that kind of just cut that out. But me and him were never friends again. He left the school and he never came back. But later on that day, I was at home doing homework, and then my mom had got a phone call, and somebody was playing on her phone, and they were saying, "Tell your faggot ass son that he gonna get his ass beat at school tomorrow, sucking dick and all this, that, and the third." And so later on, at around 6 or 7, somewhere around the time, she had, called me to the living room, and she was like, "Come here, let's talk." And I was like, "Okay, what you want to talk about?" And she was like, "Why are they playing on my phone? What's going on?" And so I explained the full situation to her of what had been happening and everything. And she was just like, "Well, everything happens for a reason, this and the third. I told you that he wasn't your friend from the jump, but it's not my place to tell you I told you so. It's my place to help you get through this and guide you through it." And so, at that point, I was like, I have to tell her. I can't keep on lying to her. Um, and so I was about to tell her, and then she got another phone call from my ex-best friend. And it was basically him outing me to her. And so I knew it. I knew that it was him calling her and telling her, just because of the fact that I could see it in her eyes. I didn't even have to hear the phone call. I could just see it in her eyes. And at that moment, my heart then fell out of my chest because I, was caught. And so I, you know, it was hurtful because, even though we had been going through something, I didn't know that he would ever do that to me. And it was just, it broke my heart. And, when she got off the phone, I almost instantly just burst into tears, and it's just like, I never meant for her to find out that way. I always wanted to tell her myself, but I was too scared too. And, she hadn't said one word. And in the next moment, all she did was go to the bathroom and grab some tissue, gave it to me, and told me, I love you no matter what. You are my son, you're my only son, and I don't care who you choose to date or what you choose to do with your life when you go to college. As long as you get an education and you continue to be the person that we raised, I can't ask for anything else. I don't love you any less. I only love you more. Am I hurt that you didn't tell me or you feel like you couldn't tell me? Yes. Am I mad that you're gay? Do I hate you? No. I could never. And at that moment, I felt a weight that's lifted off of my shoulders because God knows I love my mom from to earth and back, to the stars and back. What am I talking about? And I do anything for her. And so it was just a blessing to be in the situation where, my mom accepted me for who I was. My grandma accepted me for who I was. My other grandma, which is my mom's mom, it took her a while because she made a lot of snippy comments about it. And in all honesty, I love her too. I love her so much. And I don't pay it any attention now because I've grown a tougher skin because of that full situation. I didn't have the opportunity to tell my mom who I was. So, of course I was hurt and I was angry and I was upset for a long time. And I learned to forgive eventually. I forgave him for everything he did. And I've moved on with my life. And I'm better now. Still a lot of kinks to work out, but I'm better. This is a story from my heart to you guys' ears. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for pushing me to do this video even when I know I didn't want to. I did my best not to cry, although I didn't cry too much, just shed a couple tears. So we did good on that end. I hope this video inspires some of you guys to come out and tell your parents or give you the courage to do what you've always wanted to do. Because being yourself is the most important thing, my grandma taught me this, is to be yourself because everybody else is already taken. So, I love you guys so much, and I hope you like this video. To give this video a big thick thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel as well, and comment down below if you like this story or you have anything similar to share or anything like that. And like I always say, you guys, you're never truly happy unless you are happy within yourself. Bye.
You love Barney, and he loves you.